Alright, so if you guys remember, a little while ago, I did a video talking about, like, a Jurassic World, um, a Jurassic World, AU involving Kong. So in that one, it was basically a story where Kong was cloned and brought into Jurassic World as a theme park attraction, and this is the sequel to it, Kong Fallen Kingdom. So yes, this is the AU take of Fallen Kingdom, but with Kong in it. So let's get started with this little story. So it is much like in the movie. It's 3 years have passed, and it's no longer known as the island is no longer known as Isla Sorna. Excuse me, Isla Nublar. It's known as the New Skull Island. It's basically become like the new, like I said, the New Skull Island because Kong lives there, and much like in the movie, Claire and Owen are sent in to not only find Blue and help rescue these other dinosaurs, but outside of Blue, there is one more high value target, even higher than Blue, and that is Kong. Kong is the only one of his species, and he's the only ape. He's also he's even smarter than Blue. So they also have to find. They also have to find and recruit Driscoll, who is the descendant of Jack Driscoll and Andero. So yeah, for those wondering, this is like an AU of like the timeline of where it's more like the '06 Kong, but it's kind of like loose continuity. But if you really wanted somewhere, it's kind of like the Kong we're using is kind of like the '06 Kong. So yeah, Kong's now living on in the remnants of Jurassic World, and is now basically like how they've mapped it out is that Kong rules one side of the island, the T-Rex runs the other, and they keep to that boundary. There's like there's boundaries between the two. So to the north belongs to the T-Rex, the south belongs to Kong. And they don't. It's like Driscoll and Kong both note. It's kind of like they've made like an armistice. Like they're kind of like they've made a truce, and no one crosses the border. So they both stick. So the Queen stays to the north, the King stays to the south. But of course, Kong is eventually captured, and how they capture him is basically because Kong realizes when there's man on the island, when humans are on the island, he's basically figured out these people aren't good. So he's already like wrecking shit. Like he doesn't want them here, but at the same time he has an understanding that the island is dying, and Kong is like getting visions from like a DNA past, like his DNA. Like I wanted to have like Dr. Wu brings up basically a theory he has. Where in this story, essentially, Dr. Wu brings up that while the dinosaurs don't really have like a genetic memory, Kong does. Kong is a sentient enough creature and an intelligent enough creature to realize that he has like this he's aware that he isn't like naturally born. He wasn't naturally born or something like that, and he even like his genetic memory is like telling him this has happened before. Obviously, he's thinking back to when the original Skull Island was destroyed. So, in this story, Kong is he knows the island's dying, but he also knows these humans that come here are not his friends. These humans that have come to his island are basically not his friends either. Like Driscoll, like Dr. Driscoll basically says, she even recognizes that Kong has never been this aggressive around humans unless something's up. Like she picks up that Kong is basically telling them when he's attacking like the mercenaries, like the mercenary forces. He wouldn't do that unless he sensed something was wrong. It's not like with the dinosaurs, which are territorial. Kong is aware of, Kong is basically trying to tell them there's something up here. So the cat's out of the bag just a little bit earlier, but at that time, Kong is restrained and taken forcefully to the Lockwood estate. Now, like Blue and Kong were basically the two big ones So were the two big the two big targets that they needed, and they were needed for multiple reasons. One, Lockwood believes that he can still sell Kong on the market, but however, Dr. Wu, much like how Henry Wu needed Blue for the Indoraptor, there's a little difference because there is a different version of the Indoraptor here. You see, basically Hoskins and InGen, the Indominus was like phase 1. Indominus was phase 1 of creating something. Now we're on to phase 2, and that thing is a new version of the Indominus, and this version of the Indominus has Kong's DNA mixed with the Indoraptor. So it's like the Indoraptor. Well, excuse me, it's the Indominus Rex DNA mixed with Kong's DNA. So it's like a humanoid reptile hybrid, and it's way more terrifying because now it even has like a higher level of an intellect and is actually like able to form tools and think out ideas and think out plans. It's way more terrifying, and it also, unlike the Indoraptor, which literally was just whatever, this thing actually has the Indominus's abilities. This thing can camouflage. It can lower its body temperature. They have to keep it in like the prototype of what do I call it? The Reptilius. Yeah, or the Primus. It basically this new hybrid under lock and key to a new extent. Like they have to, because it's constantly thinking on how to break out. And it's also psychotic. They also realized that mixing the DNA of a primate with a reptile had its drawbacks. This thing is psychotic. It's actually it's like when they were feeding it, someone got too close and it killed them, but it killed them slowly. Like, it's not just killing for food, it's killing for fun. So that's the terrifying aspect, is that this thing is killing for fun. It's not like with the Indoraptor, which is killing because it's, stuck in a place it doesn't understand. Here, it's like, oh no, I know what I am, and I know that I'm stronger and more powerful than most of you. So, anyway, what was I going to say? Oh, yes. So, back at the Lockwood estate, what was that girl's name? Who cares? That stupid clone of "They're alive, like me." Fuck you. Anyway, I still can't get over that. So yeah, Kong bonds with the girl. He bonds with her, and she actually helps Kong escape. And actually, it's actually Kong, not the Steggy Moloch, who helps Claire and Owen escape the estate. He basically, when he gets freed, he tears open. He starts just tearing open gates and cages because Driscoll, who's with the group, tells them Kong hates being in chains. And he is sympathetic to the others in chains. So when he starts breaking out everyone, just chaos ensues, and it's actually Kong who actually kills Mills, or whatever his name was, So Kong finds him, and Kong just basically, he gets into the car, and Kong just starts crushing it. Kong is just crushing the car, and, blood just starts leaking out, and body parts, and then Kong just tosses it, and the car explodes. So, yeah. Also, since Rex and the Kong are in the same vicinity, the two get into a fight. Kong and the T-Rex fight, they both are broken up because the hybrid, the Indominus ape, the Dominus, or whatever the hell you want to call it, I didn't think of anything good in terms of the name, comes in, attacks them both, and the two team up again to kill it. But by that, and then they both escape. They're both too tired. Rex and Kong are too tired to fight again, so they both go their separate ways. Yeah, they just separate. And now Kong is living on the mainland along with all the dinosaurs. Anyway, so there you go, guys. That is pretty much the follow-up to this Jurassic World Kong AU story. You guys tell me in the comments below, what did you guys think of this? Did you guys like it, hate it? Comment below, let me know. As always, hit a link below to my Patreon where you guys can see some exclusive videos that are going to be there, that are already there. And also, do the 4th tier, and you guys can start requesting Patreon requests. But other than that, hope you all enjoyed this. I'm Mr. Multiverse. I'll see you next time in the Multiverse.